Welcome back. Chef Peter is here to make us some shrimp and grits this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great, glad to be here. So shrimp and grits, you know, at the restaurant, it's one of our most popular dishes, and I just think everybody kind of loves, unless you're allergic to shrimp, everybody loves this dish. So what we're going to do is start off by making the grits because they take the longest time to cook. Now we're using traditional stone ground grits, not the instant grits. So instant grits will be ready in 5 minutes. These are going to take 20-something minutes.
And taste a little bit better.
Yeah, so I'm going to have you help me.
Okay.
So in the pan, I have some heavy cream and chicken stock.
Ooh.
And so we kind of brought that to a simmer, and now we're just gonna you know, kind of stream those in, and we're gonna cook two things at the same time because we're fancy. So I have a little corn here too, and we're gonna put the corn in some butter, and we're gonna roast the corn a little bit. So usually I start it in the pan and I'll finish it in the oven, or you can go straight in, I mean, just leave it in the pan. So we're gonna let that cook.
Do I continue to whisk
Yeah,
it?
you continue to whisk that. So you don't have to stir it continuously, but you need to come back and stir it every once in a while.
Okay.
Now, when we get ready to cook the sauce, we're going to need some tomatoes. So I'm going to show you there's a couple of ways to peel a tomato.
Yes, I've been wondering about this.
So we could take some boiling water, and we'd cut a little X in here and drop it in boiling water for 30 seconds, take it out, plunge it in the ice water, and the skin will peel right off. But sometimes that's a lot to do, especially if you're the one who has to wash all the pots.
Oh, I hate that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to core the tomato, because you always have to core it. And then I have one of these fancy peelers. It has little teeth on it. So it's a serrated peeler. These are just kind of my favorite peelers. And it'll just eat this little skin right off there.
Oh, wow.
So now we can take that skin off really simply, and we don't have to dirty those 2 extra pots just to do that. Now, if I'm, you know, in the restaurant when we're doing lots of tomatoes, yeah, we do the pot, and it happens really fast because you wouldn't want to have to peel.
But I mean, look how fast this is going. You know, this is taking no time at all. Usually when I'm trying to peel potatoes and stuff, it takes me like an hour because, you know, I'm always messing up.
And these little serrated peelers are so great because they'll take care of things that are very delicate like tomato skin, but they can also do things that are really tough like butternut squash.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm just gonna move that for a second. Now, when we're gonna take the seeds out of the tomato. So we don't want to cut it this way across the poles. We want to cut it like across the equator. And when you do that, now you open all of the seed pods here. If you cut it that way, you only do 2 seed pods, and you can kind of just give it a little squeeze, and then the seeds come out.
Wow.
Now, some people say the seeds make it like slightly more bitter. Some of those people who find tomatoes a little bit bitter, this is how you get it out. And then it also makes your sauce a little more refined because now you won't have those seeds floating around. Same thing with the skin. You might say, why do you want to peel tomatoes? You can eat the skin on a tomato.
Yeah.
That's true, but you know, we want to, the skin, just like I said, when you drop it in that boiling water, the skin comes off easy. Same thing in your sauce, the skin will come off. Now we're just going to give it a little slice in half, and we're going to go down this way, give it a quarter turn, and now we have nice diced tomatoes.
Look at that.
Now,
and you know, that's a great way for your salsas too and stuff like that.
Exactly. Now, if you're a fancy chef, we call this tomato concasse instead of chopped tomatoes. So when you call it tomato concasse, you can charge $1 more.
I was about to say, you get the pinky up and everything.
You got all that. And so onions, same thing. So we got this nice big sweet onion. You got the top of the onion where the green shoot would come out, the bottom of the onion. We're going to give each of those, we're just going to trim those. Now we're going to cut the onion in half the opposite way of what we did with the tomato.
Now, if we start crying, it's not because this is bad, it's because there's an onion, you know.
Right.
It's the onion's fault.
But we're going to cut it quickly, so hopefully we won't have that. Now we're going to take the end where the root was, and we're going to put that away from us. And we're going to start to slice right here, going towards the root, but not all the way through. And so when we do that, and you might say, well, why is that important? Because that root will now help it all hold together. So even though I cut it, I can sort of peel it apart, but it won't fall apart. If I cut it the other way, there's nothing holding it. So now I can give it a couple of little cuts like this.
So once we cut all this, does it go in the...
It's going to go in the sauce.
The sauce,
Oh.
okay.
So, yeah, when we come back, we're going to make the sauce, and we're going to use the onions and the tomatoes in there. When the corn's ready, it's going to go in the grits. These are going to take about 20 minutes or so to be ready.
Ah, there's the lava
So,
you were
yeah,
talking
I
about.
warned you earlier that sometimes it'll act like lava because it starts to thicken up. So we're just going to turn that heat down and let it simmer.
Okay, we'll let it simmer throughout the break. We'll be back with more on what goes into the sauce, right? That's next?
That's next.
All right.
Simmer down, y'all. Simmer down.